So 1.2 million sounds very specific, very accurate, but in fact, we actually have no idea what the real number of illegal immigrants in the UK is. It could be higher, it could be lower. There just is not the reliable data, and the data that we've seen Reform politicians using is flawed.
How do we know that it's flawed, and why do we know that it's flawed?
So it appears to be based on research published by a body called the Pew Research Centre, which is a think tank, and they published this back in 2019, and they estimated that between 800,000 to 1.2 million unauthorised immigrants were living in the UK. But when they did this, they did it, before the UK left the EU, so the kind of using that figure today is not necessarily comparable at all, because there's been a lot of changes in terms of who is in the country and who requires a visa. And also, when they did this, they did not take into account people who had been migrants who'd been granted permanent residence, which is also known as indefinite leave to remain from his estimate. And that really, really changed it. So the Pew study actually was downgraded to 700,000 to 900,000 unauthorised migrants. So the figure, so 1.2 million figure, is no longer in use even by the think tank that came up with it.